Okay, then welcome to all of our visitors to our 8th raffle from UBI4ALL. It's always very exciting to have the pot filled with the 9,600 euros that we need to raffle off unconditional basic income to one of the lucky winners. As you can see, we also have two guests today. Hello, Mitor Hansen, and hello, Jonas Blume. I will introduce them in a few more details a little bit later. But first of all, maybe some of you don't know UBI4ALL in detail. Of course, you know us because you're here today and listen to our event, our raffle event. But UBI4ALL, what are we doing? We are a bunch of people internationally who are fighting and who are working to make basic income a well-known possibility for a better life in future. Basic income itself is a guaranteed income on a regular basis that has to be individually. Every person gets it. Nevertheless, if he or she is rich or has nothing at all, or if the person is living in a family or is single whatsoever, every person, in our opinion, needs a basic income to lead a decent life and to have the freedom to choose whatever they want to do. Yes, and UBI is an organization that started together with European Citizen Initiative in the European Union, and we want to get people to experience how does it feel if you get a basic income, if your basics more or less are covered and you don't need to sell your time just to get housing or buy food or clothes, really for the basics. And yeah, up to now we have 7 lucky winners. The last time it was outside of Europe for the first time that we had a winner from Taiwan. And yeah, it's always very exciting to accompany the people during this 1 year of basic income. It's not only 1 year, but I will also explain this later, because depending on the income level of this, the country the winner is coming from, we adapted the payments of the basic income just to make it a little bit fairer, but we will explain this on a little bit later. So I will come to our guests today. So we have 2 guests with a very special agenda. Both of them are in the lucky position. They do not at all suffer financial scarcities or are threatened by inability to fulfill basic needs. Being millionaires, they are well aware of the danger of wealth and power accumulation in the hands of a few and the threats this development means to the rest of the population. So they decided to do something and engaged in movements for wealth distribution to create a fair world. And this fits very good, very perfect together, of course, with unconditional basic income. So Mitor Hansen is the Community Engagement Manager at Millionaires for Humanity, dedicated to amplifying the voice of wealthy individuals advocating for a wealth tax. Very warm welcome, Mi. Thank you for your time that you will join the raffle with us.
Thank you, Roswitha.
Jonas Blume is the project director at both Human Act and Millionaires for Humanity. He's responsible for ensuring all the work they are doing is constantly moving forward into the right direction. Welcome also to you, Thomas. Nice to have you.
Thank you.
So I want to start with you. Millionaires for Humanity are fighting for wealth taxes. Taxes are normally implemented on a national level by the parliaments. How does your NGO propose for worldwide wealth taxes look like? Who do you address, and how do you try to convince the political leaders that wealth distribution is a crucial step forward for a better living for all of us?
Yeah, thank you, Roswitha, for the introduction, and thank you, UBI4ALL, for having us here today. It's very exciting for us as well to be able to share more information about wealth taxes and UBI. So, as you already explained, Roswitha, Millionaires for Humanity is a group of wealthy individuals who believe in higher taxes for the rich. They have basically experienced that the more wealthy they get, the less taxes they are able to pay because of different loopholes and access to accountants, and also basically the fact that wealth is not taxed the same way as income. So they have seen this, and they think it's really unfair that the more wealthy they get, the less taxes they pay. And what we have also seen is that when we speak up, when the group of millionaires speak up and say, hey, I am a millionaire and I want to pay more taxes, that message is generally well received. So we are able to get attention in newspapers and where we go, because it's a rare statement that millionaires wants to pay more taxes. The way that we see wealth tax implemented, we don't have a solution ready to plug in and do. Taxes can be complicated. We try and support our members in the countries where they live to help them talk to politicians in their countries, to have the conversations there. And at the same time, we also support a global wealth tax, because we believe that in order to really do something about inequality on a big scale, we need global wealth taxes. We need all countries to implement a wealth tax. That is also because it can be seen that if one country has a wealth tax and another doesn't, wealthy individuals will move to those countries. So we need to tackle this on a global scale as well. Exactly how, which percentage and how to implement it and what the money should be used for and things like that, we try and stay a little bit out of it, actually. I mean, we do support wealth taxes to fund UBI or social services and generally do good in society. But we also believe that taxes is a democratic process. So it has to go into a democratic way of handling these money. So yeah, I hope that answered your question, Roswitha.
Yes, thank you very much for this brief introduction about your approach. Yeah, wealth taxes are in most of the calculations for how to finance a basic income. There is the proposal of a wealth tax. Yeah. And as you said, it's surprising for many people that people stand up and say, "Well, I have a certain amount of wealth. I don't need everything for myself. I want to give something back to the society, and not only charity, because this would empower you to steer things." But wealth taxes, that's a very democratic approach. Yes, thank you for your explanations. But anyhow, how due to your professional career in big logistics companies, consultants, the bank sector, your economic studies, you gained a profound insight about how big business works. But at what point did you realize that this system is not beneficial for all of us? What was the one point, if there was one?
It's a good question, Rosita. If I remember correctly, this has been on my mind since I was a child. I remember asking my mom when I was a kid, if we shared all wealth in the world, how much would each individual have? And also asking, would I'm not a very rich country, so also wondering how much more than the average would we have? Complicated questions for a child. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I've always been concerned about inequality, and I've never been able to understand why there's so much money in the world, in this world, and yet we are not able to distribute them better than we are. And I'm also really concerned about the luck in passports, the luck in someone calls it the birth lottery, which I
Yeah.
won, which most Europeans won, I guess. And yeah, so I, for my professional career, yeah, that's complicated, right? Because it's banking and there's a lot of things going on that I don't even know, right? I mean, I think the way the economy works is not for the benefit for all of us. It's really
Mm.
for the few wealthy people. So yeah, when I worked in banking, I struggled with that as well, and I also struggled with the fact that we have an economic system that destroys the planet and doesn't take
Mm.
climate change into consideration at all.
Mm.
So yeah. And now I actually just asked ChatGPT if we distributed all wealth in the world, how much would each person get? And I don't think ChatGPT knows how much wealth there is in the world, to be honest.
Okay.
But the answer from that is $56,000. So that's a lot of money. Each of
Okay.
us would get if we distributed wealth equally among all of us.
Okay. Well, but yeah, that's a sum you can do something with this. Yeah. Okay,
Exactly.
clever enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
Many people could do a lot of things with that. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much, and thank you for just being who you are. Because when you started as a child to think about these really huge questions, chapeau, yeah. Thank you for your work and for your engagement. Yeah.
Thank you, Roswitha.
Um, and we will see you again because you will be the lucky fairy today who will push the button and choose the today's winner. Yeah. So
Yes,
stay
I'm very
tuned.
honored.
Yeah. Thank you for doing this. So yeah, Jonas, welcome again, and thank you for your time and your input here. Me was already also talking about sustainability and planet care and so on. And on the website of Human Act, you are also focusing a bit on sustainability, as I understood, since you're both in Human Act and Millionaires for Humanity. I read a very interesting fact about you on the website. You seem to be the only person in the office who has encountered a tiger in the wild while visiting a national park in India.
That's right.
Yeah. So, what are the tigers and wild beasts like that you encounter in your work for a fair and sustainable world? Which of these creatures do you fear more? Super rich and super empowered people, or wild tigers in the jungle?
Yeah, but that's a great question, and also again, Roswitha, thank you for having us here today. So that's a very interesting question. But I think one thing I actually realized over the years here is that all human beings are just human beings. So they are not actually that wild creatures. They are just regular people like us. But of course, with a different position in society, you have sort of unfair opportunity, especially if you have a lot of wealth, which we can also see that they use all over the world to buy influence and power and steer things in as Mia also said before, in a way where it actually benefits the few rather than all of us. So I don't really fear rich people at all. I think they are regular human beings just like the rest of us. But I would say, coming back to the tiger in the wildlife, like I think it was a he, and he was very calm. He actually just walked right past us. He didn't give a damn about our jeep. So, but I think it would be different. It was if I was there alone, and there was in the middle of the night, then maybe I would be a little bit more afraid.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for sharing a little bit of your experiences in the wildlife. Can you please explain me what are the main difference between Human Act and Millionaires for Humanity? You're approaching more or less the same path, but there are differences. What are they?
Yeah, definitely. So yes, I'm the project director at Human Act, which is a Danish established NGO. We work out of Copenhagen, Denmark, and our foundation is sort of an untraditional one because our founder, Jaffa, who actually would have loved to be here today, but couldn't. So that's why me and Mia are here instead. Him and his wife actually donated a huge fortune to the foundation in the form of real estate back in 2016. So we are closing in on the first 10 years here in a couple of years. So in the NGO world, we are sort of still a baby. We are still coming out here and trying to put our mark on the world. But since we got this real estate put into the foundation, we actually have our own funding that we every year. So we sort of run it like a business, and every year we have all the excess money that goes into the foundation. And then we use that to, on one hand, promote the idea of wealth taxation through initiatives like Millionaires for Humanity. And on the other leg, we do traditional philanthropy where we fund schools and clean water facilities and orphanages, and again, girls' education packages in countries where they are not normally allowed to go to school. So we're sort of pushing a lot of different that, and we have a few good partners all over the world, and we actually try to do a lot in some of the more hard to reach places. So we, through our partners, we work in Afghanistan and Bangladesh and Nepal, and also a bit in Palestine. Has been a little bit more difficult in the last period here, but we have had some quite a few projects there as well. And going back, so that's sort of how we do traditional philanthropy stuff where we help sort of build. But I think one of the realizations for also a Human Act as a foundation, but also our founder, was that like it's not enough for us to build a school here and there. If we want to educate the sort of the next generation, the whole next generation, we need to build tens of thousands of schools at a time. And it was sort of this scale, looking into the finances and realizing we sort of leaned against these SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals from the UN, that they established in 2015, and we are on our way now. We are almost there, right? We're 10 years in, and 5 years left to fulfill all of them. And one of the early things we saw was that nobody talked about how to finance all of these goals. So we have these beautiful sets of ideas that we actually, if we come together, we can solve. I'm pretty sure of. But how are we going to fund all of these transitions that needs to happen, and new ways of doing stuff and innovating in different areas, and just like to fulfill all of them, there's a lot of funding needed, and nobody was really addressing that head on. So we started thinking about, like, okay, we looked at the world economy and was like, where are all the money at? Okay, they are with the rich people here. We have at that point around 2,000 billionaires that had a huge portion of the common wealth here. So and then we addressed that together with an American economist called Jeffrey Sachs, and his team. He was working sort of a subdivision to the UN in New York called the UN Sustainable Solutions Delivery Network, or UNSDSN for short. And together with him, we addressed this idea of taxing the rich. At that point, it was a 1% wealth tax on the richest world's billionaires. And I think that could bring in around half of the money that was needed. So they were always talking about this sort of funding gap, meaning the money that we're missing to fulfill all these SDGs. And if you were to tax the world's billionaires with 1%, you could actually, I think it was annual tax around 200 billion or something that you could put into this pot of money, and that would cover around half of the cost at that point. Since then, a lot of stuff has happened, and we're actually way more behind now on funding. Also, giving the pandemic years, there was the biggest wealth transfer in history, they call it. There was sort of $5 trillion of wealth that disappeared from the middle and lower class and suddenly appeared in the hands of a very few people. And we, since 2022, have gotten 500 new billionaires, meaning a lot of people have less now. So that's why we morphed this initiative we had with Jeffrey Sachs called Move Humanity at that point into this initiative we are now running, and me are running Millionaires for Humanity, because we saw that it was easier to get the media to listen if it was a rich person speaking up. So we sort of built on top of that idea, and that's why we today have almost 100 members, pretty much in the Western world, but we have a few people also from Asia and stuff like that, so that are coming in and also thinking, and because they can see that this is not good, inequality that goes out of hand, the safety for them as well will disappear if we don't do anything. And also they're also talking about their kids and grandkids and what sort of planet are they leaving behind, and that's also coming back to the part about the climate and the sustainability. So as Mia said before, our economy is a growth economy, and it doesn't care about the resources it explores on the way. Yeah, I hope that answered. Otherwise, you are welcome to ask more, Roswitha.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for these these insights. And it seems so easy. You said 1% could already finance half the budget which is needed to make the SDGs reality. So it's crazy that it doesn't happen, because it seems so easy. And
I agree, but it's not.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have been fighting on it for a long time and talked with a lot of people, and so I think a conclusion we can also make is rich people have say a certain amount of influence over our politicians, even though it's not directly open, and we do live in democratic societies here in the Western world. There are still a lot of bureaucrats and a lot of behind closed doors negotiation happening.
Yeah. So the work you're doing is so important and is so crucial for the benefit of all of us and the better world in general, not only for humans, but also, as you said before, also for the planet itself where we're living on. So we can't survive if we ruin our planet. Yeah. So thank you again. Thank you very much for your work, for the energy you're giving into these topics. And we really need more of you guys. And thank you also for the cooperation that we had in the last weeks with UBI4ALL and your NGOs, which was very fruitful, and we really enjoyed our cooperation and our sharing of energy.
Yeah,
Thanks
likewise. It's been really good for us as well. So thank you again.
Yeah, I think we will see each other again. I'm pretty sure about that. We will leave each other. Yeah. So thank you, for your input. And I saw that our CEO Helvig has arrived. He was saying that he will be a bit late. CEOs can do this. So Helvig, are you online?
Yes, I'm
Yes,
in.
you're here.
Hello from my
Welcome.
side. Welcome.
So can you now take over a bit and go a bit into the technical things like numbers, explaining the raffle, some data, and so on?
Yes, of course. Before we come to these technical formal things, I need to place a statement. Today, I read an article in a newspaper about the new book from Douglas Rushkoff called "The Cyberpunk," and this is exactly what we're talking about with regard to taxing millionaires or the wealth. And he was experiencing millionaires or billionaires rather, who are interested more than how to escape to the moon or to Mars even, or to isolated islands, than fighting against the problems they cause to a big proportion. So that's kind of enraptured from the world. I can't understand, and that's really, I was reading it, come on, what's up? Something is wrong. So welcome, me and Jonas, and I'm very happy with your engagement. And today we raffle off 9,600 euro in order to spread the idea of basic income, which in my view, and I think my team members agree with that, we are fighting for that, is one of the very rare positive concepts for the future. I don't know, if someone says capitalism is shit, what do you answer? Yes, it is, but there is, and socialism, forget it, but basic income is a kind of concept which is agreeable from many people, and which is understandable, and it's kind of financing things. So that's a perfect topic to discuss today with you. Taxing is a big issue, but the money is there. We just need to spread it. Yeah. So this is my introduction to you. And now I'm happy to go on with our basic income raffle, the 8th one at UBI4ALL. About the 7 winners you can read on our websites. They are from various countries, and recently we reported about our last winner, Yi Yin from Taiwan, our first winner from Asia, how she used the basic income money in daily life and about its positive psychological impact. You can read it on our social media. platforms, channels. Well, in a few minutes, we are going to raffle off the 9,600 euro, which today, the first time, is 1 to 5 years unconditional basic income, which depends on where you live and the living costs in your country where you live. So the basic income amount can be 160 euro, paying out for 5 years in countries with a very low living costs, and for example, Central African Republic. And it can be highest at 800 euro, paying out for 1 year for people in countries like Denmark, for example, or Sweden, or many other European and North American countries. And the other categories are 200 euros for 4 years, 267 years for 3 years, and 400 euros for 2 years. With this new 5 payment categories, which we are introducing today, we think we are much closer to the concept of UBI, which is defined as a moderate minimum income to live. For the guys who are new at our raffle today, before that we had 800 euro for 1 year because we started our project in Europe and it was due to the at risk of poverty line in Europe. On our website, you can also find a list with your country and the category. And maybe Sandra, if you can hear me, would you please link that list to the chat so people can directly, or the winner now can directly look into it. Okay, what about the raffle procedure? In all, we generated 9,547 lot numbers, which we sent out yesterday. Most registrations in Europe are from Italy, Germany, Greece, and Latvia. Yes, we have a big community in Latvia. And most from Asia are from India, China, and Pakistan. We have a few even registrations and participations in this raffle from Australia too. And in Africa, the most from South Africa and Kenya. And in America, North and South combined, from Canada first, then the US, and third is Argentina. People from 74 countries on Earth participate in this raffle. And as usual, no country can win twice in a row. And as Yi Yin from Taiwan won last time, people living in Taiwan are not taking part in this time, except they are UBI beavers, so-called. These are people who monthly, who donate monthly on a regular basis, and beavers participate automatically in every raffle, independent from the country where they live. And you can become a beaver from just €1. Okay, I think this is the moment to say a big thank you to all the donors and especially the UBI beavers who support our global project and make basic income a reality. Thank you so much. How to proceed the raffle now? Everyone who is successfully registered at UBI4ALL and second step, confirm the raffle participation, got an email with a 5-digit lot number. Please check your spam filter if you haven't got it. It's a number between 10,001 and 19,547. We will come back to this when you enter the website random.org. You can open it meanwhile in your browser, random.org. When the time has come, we will go to this random number generator on random.org, and then Mia is our lucky fairy today and will draw the winning number. Exciting. We will immediately check then whether the data behind is correct and properly filled in. If not, we will raffle off again. If yes, I will contact the winner immediately. So please check your mailbox, and maybe there's a little chance to enter, to join our live stream here, to say hello and to meet each other. That would be great. Like in our first raffle with the winner from France. Okay, then I think it's time to say congratulations to the winner. And yeah, I think this is enough information for now. Enjoy the live stream and good luck to everyone. And Roswitha, your turn again.
Okay, thank you very much, Helvig, for explaining all the details behind that are interesting for our audience. Yeah, did you find the website? Could you open random.org?
Yes.
Okay, great. Then please share your screen.
Yeah.
Hi, again, this is the numbers between 10,000 and 1, so 10001.
Okay,
the minimum.
we have to put it in here, yeah.
Yes.
1
0
0
0
0 1.
yeah. And 19547.
19547.
Yes, yeah.
Great, exactly, yeah. So, and now we are really excited. Where does the money go this time? Will it be Africa? Will it be Asia, Europe, America, South America, Australia? It always gets exciting, and we are crossing our fingers in every direction of this world.
I'm also excited.
Yeah, I hope so. Okay, it's the 8th time we don't have a drum still. We always think about organizing one to make a little drum solo to get the suspension growing. But when you're ready at any time, or should I make a countdown from 3, and with 1 you push the button?
Yeah,
so,
we can do that.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go.
You see the number?
Yes, I see the number. Thank you very much, nicely done. The lucky number is 14,912. 14912. So in the meantime, Helvig is checking in the background in his magic lists who could be the person, or where is the person from. We will just say the country and...
Yes, I can tell you immediately.
Okay, great.
Filled in data, and it's someone from Italy, our first winner from Italy. Yes, and it's Luca from Italy.
Luca from Italy. Yes. Congratulazioni, Luca. Very
and he
nice.
joined UBI4ALL in 2022, so he's one of the experienced people at UBI4ALL.
Great. Is he a beaver?
I don't know yet. I can tell you later.
Okay.
Luca from Italy, number 14912, correct?
Yes, 14,912.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to contact him.
Will be a great cheer in our Italian community, because they are always very excited and waiting for an Italian winner. Now we have one, yeah. Okay, so while Helvig is checking in the background, yeah, we want to talk also about other things that Helvig already said it. We won't be able to do all this work without the donors, without our beavers. So thank you very much for distributing your, even if narrow, kind of wealth to other people, or firstly to UBI4ALL, so we can distribute it out in the world. So thank you very much for this. Yeah, what can you do to support the idea, to support UBI4ALL? Every one of you can tell your friends, neighbors, family at any occasion that you think it's suitable, that we exist, that UBI4ALL does this work and collects money for distributing it in a kind of UBI for a winner. And Yeah, as we were talking about wealthier people, less wealthy people, we of course are also looking for companies who like to support this idea. Companies who are thinking not only on their own profit, but also of their role in society, their relationship and also their how do you say engagement for society. So if you know such a company, tell them about us, or get in contact with us and give us some contacts that we can talk to, because we're also thinking about kind of a UBI project with companies, or even a UBI product. Can be a chocolate bar, or can be, I don't know, a car, whatever. So the idea has big potential in any ways, in any manners. And last time, some of you might have seen the Raffle last time, and we introduced to you our new national representatives, Tandera from South Africa, Ibrahim from Kenya, and Usama from China, respectively Pakistan. He lives in China and he's from Pakistan. We still are looking for national representatives in other countries. So anyone who wants to engage with us, who wants to join our team, our very international team, it's always fun in our meetings to exchange also the situations in our country, from the weather to political things, whatever. And it's very eye-opening in some ways how people live in other parts of the countries. So you can get in closer contact with the whole world in joining the team of UBI4ALL. So if you have the feeling you have some time you want to give us, and you want to be the representative of your country in your country, so you would be the first address, or the first person to be addressed regarding UBI4ALL in your country, then join us, write us an email, or contact us via our social media channels. We would be very glad to welcoming you in our team from wherever you are. Yeah, Helvig, have you any? No, I don't think so, because otherwise you would have said you have found the winner. You're muted.
I would shout out loud, yes.
Yes, okay, of course, yeah. So, me and Jonas, would you want to tell our audience something about, or is there some message that you want to give our audience regarding your NGOs, or how they can contact you in case someone is interested in participating in your organizations?
Yeah, I can start. So the easiest way for contacting me is on my email. I think it's jb@humanact.org. And I would also say to the audience that I think they should check us out on social media, both HumanAct and Millionaires for Humanity. We have a few different channels out there, which should be pretty easy to find. Go up, read up on what we're doing, and reach out if you want to do something together, or you want to hear more about what we do, or you think that we should be in contact somehow. Then we are all ears, and sort of the same way that this happened is a good email conversation starter. Then from there, a lot of stuff can happen. So I think we do encourage collaboration a lot, because we are we cannot do this alone. So I think in terms of our mission, we definitely want people to just reach out. There's nothing too small or too big. We are all ears in that way. So yeah, So check us out, read up on us on the website, and reach out if you feel like it.
Yeah, we will also put the web addresses in the show notes to this video on YouTube and all the other channels. And I guess there are also contact proposals on our social media posts that we did within the last few weeks. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So just checking the time a little bit. Yeah, it's 3/4 of an hour that we are talking now. No news about the winner, but anyhow, for the time being. But anyhow, again, the lucky number is 14,912, and it is Luca from Italy who won. We will let you know as soon as we found him. What was his reaction, and you will read about it in also in our social media channels. And if Luca doesn't show up within the next 3 weeks, we will repeat this raffle. But up to now, we were always able to find the lucky winner, even if it took nearly 3 weeks once with our Greek winner. But in the end, he read his emails. Yeah. Yeah, so another winner, the 8th winner coming from Italy, and I guess we will close this session now. Thank you again, thank you, Thomas, for being here, for being our special guest, and for telling us about your organizations and the very important work that you're doing. And yeah, good luck. And we will see you again soon. I'm sure about that. Thank you to all of you who were watching the Raffle now, and we will see you again soon. And keep telling about unconditional basic income. Keep telling the world about UBI for all. And yeah, see you soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. All the best for you, me, and Jonas.
Likewise.
Thank you, Helvi.
All of the team. Bye.